Welcome back. Well, my guest today is a very important one. His name is Bill Stolz. He's with the Coast Guard Auxiliary. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Bill, I want to talk about something. You and Linda sent us some information about alpine lakes, how cold they are. And we've had 3 deaths, so far this year or in the spring?
Yes.
And these could have been avoided. And so you guys have a video out called Cold Water Boot Camp. You can find this on YouTube.
Right.
This is 10 minutes of life-saving information.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about it and some of the most important things that people need to remember.
You know what? Our alpine lakes do stay cold. Even right now, the water temperature of Lake Tahoe is about 68 degrees. That doesn't sound cold. The problem is if you get thrust into the water, you fall off a boat, you fall out of your kayak, whatever, you instantly go into the water and you get what's called cold water shock. Now, the serious thing about that is the minute you get that, you gasp for air.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're underwater, you just took a mouthful of water,
Right.
which is very bad. You basically have 1 minute to get your breathing under control because you've lost your breathing ability. You got about 10 minutes of active time, even at 68 degrees, to get yourself back in the boat, get yourself under control. And after that, with the water temperature right now, you might have up to 2 hours in the water. But a lot of that can be prevented if you just wear a life jacket.
You know, we lost a young man in Donner Lake. A 31-year-old man jumped into the water at Camp Richardson. Folks, he was close to shore. These happen close to shore. They happen also in very little water. This happened to him in 7 feet of water. He made it.
Right.
I mean, these could be totally avoided. The other thing too is you guys stress obviously wearing life jackets. One thing I want to mention that the Coast Guard has so much information, it's unbelievable that you go, wow, I never thought of that. Mm-hmm. What about this? Swimming at a marina, the electrical current. You can actually get electrocuted and die, and people don't know it.
They don't know it, and there's no way you can see it. It's something that
you
actually need somebody to go out there with equipment to measure the electrical current, and it's accidental. A frayed wire that's going from the electrical box to the boat can cause it.
I know, and people go in the water near there. They get electrocuted, and people are like, what the heck just happened?
As a kid, I used to swim in marinas all the time and never dreamt there was that kind of hazard.
I just saw a story how children get in those areas quite a bit, and several of them have died from this. Again, these can all be avoided. We'll talk to you guys again in the next 6 o'clock hour, but obviously people getting ready for Labor Day to get out on the boat. What do you think is the most important piece of advice to tell people?
Be aware when you're on the water. People are coming out of the valley here and going up the lake to cool off. Okay, they decide to do boating. There's a lot of boaters up there that are renters. They've never been on a boat. They don't have a clue what they're doing. The quantity of boats out there, the water's churned up, so it's rough. If you're in a small boat, that's a hazard. The lake levels are gradually going down. More hazards are in the lake right now, like rocks or sandy, shallow areas. The warm weather promotes drinking on the lake.
I know.
A horrible thing to do. You should never mix alcohol in boating.
Absolutely. Now we're out of time, but we'll continue to talk to you guys in the 6 o'clock hour. Also, I'm going to have you on midday because you bring up so many things that we don't think about that are life-saving. Folks, it's called Cold Water Boot Camp. Search it on YouTube. I'll have it on KOLOTV.com later in the day as well. Bill, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, absolutely. Life-saving information.